Hey Terry, how you doing? How is everybody doing? Anyway, today it is Terry Tuesday and we're hanging out. Terry,
Good
you
morning.
froze for a second. And it's a beautiful day, like every
So did
other
you.
day, right? Like
It's a
Um,
wonderful day.
it is a wonderful day. It's like I don't know, it's like a day. I'm just full of all these thoughts in my head about just people and how people treat each other. And I don't know, Terry. I don't know what to think. Let's see who's out there.
You know
How have
what?
you been feeling? How have you been being
There's
treated?
just, I know what you're saying because the last, are you hearing me?
Yeah. Hey,
Can you hear me?
Colleen. Yeah.
Hi, Cole. Yeah, it's just cutting in and out. Yeah, you know what? It's just been really weird. I talked with you last night. You were the only person I talked to yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
And I at the end of the day I went to bed and I thought, I haven't spoken to anybody other than we talked last night for a bit on the phone, but I hadn't talked to anybody that day. And I find sometimes that we need those days to just kind of allow things to sort of settle with us, because sometimes there's so much going on and then we just need a break from life, in a sense, just not life but just all of the interactions. There's so much, so we're inundated with so much information that I think sometimes we need time to process um, what we're exposed to. And I think a lot of times there's a bit of overexposure in our modern world. We got so much with phones and apps and computers and games and all that, that we're just constantly being inundated with thoughts. And sometimes we need to step back and say, is this my thought? Is this what I think? Or is this what I'm told to think? Hey, Carrie.
Yeah. Too, I think like here we are, like really well-meaning people, kind people, minding our own business, doing our own thing, and then it's like someone comes along and they just like want to poo-poo on you. And I'm gonna show it to you. I don't care. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you what happened to me. Like we're doing really cool stuff and talking and just having a good time, and then like I would like for our channel to get up to like to get to 1,000, right? And so I'm like, okay, we got better thumbnails, we're doing this work and we're sharing with people and having fun, and then someone comes along. I don't know why. You had done a reading or whatever, and so someone came and on the channel and they said, there it is, Jesus is king, you need God, not any kind of energies. My response was, I love you. Thank you for that. Jesus is amazing. Woohoo. Like how do you respond to that? And so then some other guy came on and he said, keep smoking that opium and them stars you see will never go away. And I was like, what the heck? You know what? We were actually talking about the constellations. And so we're talking about constellations, not even something woo-woo. And the person comes along and says, basically keep smoking that opium. And I think it made me cringe to the point like where I began to feel like, do we want our channel to grow? Like, do we want to see more people, talk to more people? And it just made me feel uncomfortable. But then I think we were talking last night and you pulled those cards and I was like, this is it. This is that darkness that comes to try to get you to suffocate yourself, hide yourself. And right before you get to something great, this is what happens, right? Right when you're about to do good things for yourself, people come along to try to make you doubt yourself and try to make you feel bad about yourself. And I had that weird feeling hovering over me until Terry talked to me last night, and I was like, oh, okay, this is what's happening because it's like, it's not really a goal to like be famous or anything like that. We kind of, I guess it's just like you just want to be good at what you do and you want to have fun doing it. And if there's people that you can help by talking to them and helping guide them through things and making their journey more comfortable, then that's what you want to do, not to say that we have all the answers for people, but definitely trying to make our existence here better. While we got people like that who want to make your existence worse, who feel it's okay to throw salt or, dump, basically like pour acid on you when you're in the middle of just trying to be positive. And Terry,
and unfortunately, it doesn't matter whether we're doing a podcast or you have, somebody in your community, and probably, and 90% of us have somebody in our family that's like that. Like you try to be positive, you try to be upbeat, you try to be open, and they're just blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. What you doing that for?
They're the ones who get up on the wrong side of the bed every morning, and they're the ones who troll and look like, why is whoever is doing that? Why do they feel a need to comment on something that they don't know anything about? Have they taken the time to research? Do they really know what we're talking about? They have an opinion, and their opinion is all that matters to them, but it doesn't mean that it has to matter. Their opinion doesn't have to matter to me. I don't look into what they're posting and commenting.
Right.
So why do people feel that it's necessary, right? Why that they have to be heard on somebody else's platform?
I don't know. I guess it just feels fun, right? It feels fun. It feels fun to them. That's the weird part is that it's fun to somebody.
It feels like they have power, right? That they can make this comment and have power and say what they have to say without really understanding the premise of what they're talking about. So, you know what? But we don't have to take it in. Like you were saying, what was that quote you were saying about yesterday to me about 30%? What was it?
Oh my gosh, you're so right. I forgot about
someone like it.
Al Tucher says 30% of people love you, 30% hate you, and the rest really don't care. Focus on the 30%. This is something I've been telling people for a while too. Like, really, guys, this is super important when it comes to you.
Exactly, Colleen.
Working on your dreams and your goals. Really just, what just popped up? No, we don't want to sign up for Amazon. We just want to talk to Al Tucher. James Altucher. He has a great book, and it's called Choose Yourself. I might go through that book again, but it was really good. It's called Choose Yourself. But I don't know. Maybe you want to get into the cards. I'm a little sallow, but it's not because of that either. It's just I just, those days when you really just realize, like, wow, we live in a strange planet, and it's just a strange place where being acidic is like the cool, fun thing to do. Yeah, what you think of me is none of your business.
Yeah.
And true, it's so fun when people can hide on they can hide on a platform anonymous reading and say,
I think that was what Dr. Wayne Dyer said that, right? Yeah. But I think we have to remember too, if we're going to identify as people who have awakened, people who are light workers, or whatever, whatever you want to identify. Do you know that there's only a small percentage of people that need to awaken to influence the masses? So, like, maybe we need to just focus on the 30% who love us. Forget about the other 60% or 90% or whatever it is. So that works out to 30, 30, and 30. That's only 90%. Where's the other 10%? We're that 10%. We're the 10% who are putting ourselves out there. And whoever is going to follow us, like what we say, that's great. We don't need to preach to the converted. We're not preaching anything. We're just putting thoughts out there. And people will pick up on what they need to, and maybe that one person in the the 30% is going to say, "Oh, that really resonated with me today." And it may change a little bit of their thought process. And so we don't know who we're going to affect and when we're going to affect them. And so we don't have to worry about the ones that you don't affect, because we're just putting ourselves out, and we're standing in our truth. And whatever their truth is, they haven't found it yet if they make those comments.
Yeah.
So that's my pontificating.
True. And allow yourself to feel safe. I guess as long as you feel safe, because those type of things, like, and that's only 2 comments, like, in a while now. It's been a while, but that's only 2 comments. And I just thought, wow, if even more people saw our channel, like, how much more of that would come. And it just like made me feel kind of sick, like, oh, gross. But just, I guess, knowing that you have whatever it is that you're out here doing, if you feel like you have a mission and a purpose, don't let that stop you, because it is going to be a little bit bumpy. But I guess before, I remember we went through another struggle before with a group of people, and I know for me personally, I asked for the creator to give us a new space to be in, to move us out of the echo chambers and to move us into free space where we were able to meet people that matched our purpose, that matched our energy, that could really wake up. Good job. Thank you. And that we were able to move into a new space where, because it was like this old group of people that were like just the only reason they were making contact was to be negative and to start a fight and to talk trash about you. And it's like, okay, well, we're not even around you. You're actually like seeking people out just to fight with them and argue with them. And so I just asked for their energy to be removed and detached from me. And I guess, you call it removing hooks and breaking those ties, whatever. And so moving into this new space. And so I guess that's what I'm asking now for this, as we begin to grow, to move us away from people. If we're not for you, don't come in the room. It's funny though. I saw somebody do that to Matthew. They came in the room just to harass him. They were called Tarot Slayer or whatever. And he was explaining how people who they're coming to attack you like that they actually don't realize that they're getting hooks put into them, their own self, right, by some type of entity that they really don't even, they actually lose control, because they actually begin to live for the purpose of attacking other people, and now they're actually being driven by a force that they don't even understand themselves. So anyway, I bet you people would like to see cards though, Terry. Anyway, they probably want to see these cards. Well, let me see where I can find these cards. I forgot.
Okay, Erica, you're buffering a lot for me, so I don't know. Is it me or is it Erica who's buffering? If somebody could. Okay. So our first card was death and rebirth. And these are from the Priestess of Light by Sandra Ann Taylor and Kimberly Weber. And so the first card that was selected was death and rebirth and darkness to light. And I think we're all feeling this right now with the way that our world is. We're coming out of the darkness, and I think it's just the cards are just telling us that, you know what, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. We've been in this death, and we're just about to come out and be reborn. But thinking of a baby, what is the most challenging thing for them is it's going through that birth canal to be born. And so when we're being reborn, we have come from a very dark energy, but in order to get out of that dark energy, we're now, our vision is awakened. So we're seeing all of the stuff that we have been subjected to over millennia, the thought processes, the labeling that's gone on. We've had so much and being told that we want this, we want that, these are the rules, these are the restrictions. We are awakening to the fact that, why are we allowing other people or these elites to control us? So there is an awakening and a rebirth coming, and so we have the power. And if you see the cards, the priestess has got the two panthers there, and they're surrounding her, so they've got her. And I think that's just a message from spirit saying that, we got you. Just move into that new place. And the second card is the deep emotions, unknown feelings, and past influences. Well, I think this is part of that darkness and that death that we have been feeling, that we're just coming out of. There's a lot of emotions that we are trying to reconcile within ourselves. It is just saying that, you know what, this was not right all along, and we've been controlled, and it's time for us to step out of feeling that depth of feelings, where they come from. But I think we are a collective from the mass consciousness. So a lot of times we're feeling stuff that is deeper than just us, and we want to own it, but it's not. It's to be, we have to allow it to move through us so it can be transmuted. And with the divine feminine, magnetic and receptive power. So we are the connector between the magnetic of the earth and the sun, the electric, and we're electromagnetic. We can move the energy through us instead of allowing the energy to sit within us, allow it to move through. And that's how we help to transmute the energies, all of the emotions, all of the thought processes and thought forms. Allow them to move through you instead of owning it. And when we start to allow it to move through it, then we allow it to transmute. And this is how we get to that place of rebirth. So
I like that first card. I like the first card because it's like the trees deeply rooted. And so can you imagine, like, that's like the womb of the earth? So she just came through this portal, through this womb of the tree that's deeply rooted, out of the darkness into the light, like you said. And the most interesting thing is, like I said last night, is change is consistent. Change is so consistent. We're evidently constantly being reborn if we want to be. You know what I mean? Because there are some people who are staying the same and they're afraid of the new change. But if you'll allow it, it can actually shape you into something magnetic and powerful. And
Exactly.
if you allow it. And so I think most of the time though, it's like when you're having a car accident and you brace yourself and you like you want to brace yourself all the time, but then sometimes you just have to allow yourself to go through it. And even with the emotions, allowing yourself to feel those emotions. And it can be very uncomfortable, but I think it'll be pretty rewarding. So we're gonna do it, y'all. We're gonna work on getting this reward. We're gonna work on going through and getting through to the other side of this. Because I think that's why a lot too. Um, I saw Tyler and Aaron talking on typical skeptic, and it's really, a lot of people want to predict the future and like, well, what do you see? They want to channel and see, and it because it's so uncomfortable, right, to go through the changes with your eyes closed, not knowing what's about to happen, because the change is so consistent right now, and it can feel like it's chaotic. But like definitely if you stay rooted and grounded into your daily life and your personal behavior and your personal growth, and kind of just focus on what you got going on inside you, then it doesn't seem so tumultuous. It doesn't seem so chaotic if you can just allow yourself to feel safe in the body. And that's when you really got to give yourself lots of hugs, and you really got to nurture yourself a lot. Really got to do the self-care. Allow yourself to sleep, allow yourself to rest, allow yourself to not think so much. Because honestly, like the thoughts that freak me out are when I start looking at the world like in this big picture, and all the chaos and all the attitudes, and I can't believe this person thinks this and feels this and they act like this. And then that's what throws me. That's what throws me into feeling not so good or feeling panicked, is when I'm observing too much of what other people are doing. But when I get back into my home and my front door, I kind of get back into what is it that you're focusing on, what is it
Yeah.
your purpose is,
What
then
and you know what? Being at home and you're in and
go ahead,
okay.
Terry.
Okay, you're buffering a lot for me. Can you hear me?
Mhm.
Um, so so what when you our body is our temple, right? And so what we need to do when we're feeling overwhelmed is just tap at your heart, bring yourself back into the awareness, and realize that all we have is the present moment. And we can worry about what's going to happen in 6 months from now, but right now it's worrying is a waste of our energy. So what can I do right now? Maybe it's pouring myself a glass of water or a cup of tea, or having a piece of fruit, or just being and breathing. That can help to center ourselves, bring us back into the physical, into our physical body, and say, okay, my soul chose to be here at this time. What do I need to do right now? So, sometimes we can be overwhelmed with all of the stuff that's around us. That's where the deep emotions come from. But but come back into your own space, into your own heart, because this is where we dwell inside here. This is our soul's home. And so, how ask that question: what do I need to do right now? Listen to what it says. Maybe it's going to say, you know what? Just take a deep breath. Never mind about worrying about, what you're going to do in 3 months from now. Should this happen? Should that happen? It's all about now.
And Terry, did
It's
you
all
want to go
about
through the
now and going
tapping?
through the process, right?
So we got Colleen, Carrie, Jax,
Well, I can do that, but you know what? I'm
IG, Andy, Peggy,
Coco,
Coco, Lisa. I just
Lisa,
wanted to make sure to say personally to
Peggy.
say hi to you all, because I know we have some new people. We're trying to get to 1,000 safely. And I say safely because like I know that new people got their eyeballs on us and they're like, rah! And so it's like we reject all that. We reject that negativity. We reject all that negativity. We're just here to have fun, right? Thank you so much, Coco. And then too, when we have the dating show on
Yeah.
Friday, I was kind of worried about that too. Like, wow, like I don't want people to feel attacked on the dating show on Friday. So Friday at 8 Eastern, like, because we're gonna go through some memes and some videos and things like that, and that's really fun. And I'm just having like a heart to heart talking to people about what they're going through with the romance and dating, because we talk a lot about your spiritual life, but that's a part of it that doesn't always get talked about. Thank you, Andy. And Kiki, she's out there, and Andy. Oh, yeah, asking yourself what you need right now. So you're going to go through that process of the tapping of the heart.
I'm just yeah, and it's a really simple process because it's not like we all can do it. So, all right, what is it? Just where you are right now at this moment. Close your eyes and just take a deep breath in and let it go. And just focus on your breath coming in through your nose, down through, and then just stopping at your heart and just tap at your heart. When we tap on a space, we're bringing our conscious awareness to that place. And so sometimes we need to think with our heart instead of with the brain. And when we think with the heart, we're being in our core. And so what is it? What is the question that you have right now? And ask that question. And whatever the first thing that comes to your mind, trust it. So ask that question. And just trust the answer that your heart is giving you. And this can be effective in more ways than you know. And what you're doing now when you do that is you're trusting your inner self, you're trusting your intuition that has the knowledge and the wisdom to help you. You're not somewhere off here. You're in here. And maybe it's just giving yourself a hug. Just give yourself a hug right now because that's important. We don't always um, we don't always have people around us to give us a hug. So you can do that self-nurturing and tell yourself I love you. To touch your heart, just actually say I love you. And yes, Lisa, the brain actually has brain cells.
What a lovely day, 90. Cool. Hello. And hopefully, Coco, I guess we repeated it. Hopefully, before you hit the button, and we repeated it. And yeah, the gut, the heart, and the brain. These are three warnings,
Yeah.
three brains that give you the guidance. Yeah. So this is it for today. If you want the personal readings, we're going into the Women of the Stars group chat. I'll put it on the screen if it's up here. Yeah, I'll put it on the screen. Thanks for hanging out with us. I don't know if anybody had any more comments, but that's where we're going, y'all. We're going to the Women of the Stars group chat to do the personal readings.
We appreciate having you all here today. And
she said, "My heart didn't have it. My heart didn't answer. We had
just
more
having
questions.
more questions. Just sit with it a little bit.
True, and sometimes that might require you
That's
some
probably
breathing
coming
exercise.
from this other part here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just slow down for a bit. Just slow down for a bit.
Yeah, thank you. It must mean, so it seems like, yeah, my heart had more questions. It's making me
Mm.
think. And sometimes I don't want to think so much. So I mean, you seem like you might be, yeah, like really trapped in the head, really thinking a lot. And it's like, sometimes it takes more time,
You
like
know,
Terry's saying. Yeah, it takes more time.
yeah, I mean, it's part of, if you practice meditation, if you practice mindfulness, there's going to be a lot of thoughts, but we're picking up on a lot of stuff that's going around. And so sometimes you just have to let those thoughts just flow by, and then just really drop into that space without thinking about anything. And then the answers will come to what needs to be answered eventually. They'll come.
So
It's a
we're gonna
process, but that's the beginning part.
true. We're gonna sail out of here with the best intro outro on YouTube. That's what we're saying.